Hazy horizon seen from Iceberg Alley on a moonless night. Water so still you feel like you could walk on it. Christ in the Atlantic. The Titanic, named for the Greek Titans, whose fate was always to fall, sanctioned unto law. The Titanic of Hollywood is sinking. Hollywood, the factory of deceit, the warmonger, become the West's holographic unconscious, a propagandized collective dream. Its curtain call, the credits roll. Child, woman, your name will long outlive you. Haley's Law, Kaylee's Law, Andre's Law, Amber Alert. Your legacy is steeped in blood. Do we wade in further? Children held to ransom, victim, victima, sacrifice. Cassandra is cursed by Apollo after his divine gift of second sight does not sway her. A man scorned, as in reason's triumph over emotion, while Cassandra is doomed to speak true prophecies no one will believe. The mad woman locked in a chamber. Cassandra knows of the Trojan horse's hidden children, armed to the teeth, so she runs to the horse with a torch in her hands, seeking to burn them all. On the modern psych ward, from a notebook, she could recite her rights under the Mental Health Act 2016, invoking Ryan's rule when the walls start closing in on her mad scene. The Volta of a poem or the Volta as the river, both are points of return. Stanza means shelter, means room, and yea, I conjure architecture as I speak. When the pandemic begins, I am struck by the turn of phrase shelter in place, the unfamiliar idiom. I start seeing small inner rooms without windows everywhere in reality. I seek them out. I buy nested boxes and imagine the small essential cube as the heart of my maze mosaic. Nesting dollhouse, muse on a beam. Nesting dollhouse placed in abyss. Containment zone, shelter in place, artifacts exhumed from the Cold War. As the 24-hour news cycle moves from ceaseless pandemic coverage to floods and invasion, rain bomb hits my ear. Weaponized weather bathes us in the language and images of war, bathes us in blood. Martyr means torture witness, compassion means to suffer with. And yea, we will go hand in hand through this maze mosaic I make you and replace each breadcrumb with a stone. Maze is in delusion, mosaic is in the muses, but we will be led inwards, away. We will come home. Bartholomew holds the flensing knife that flays him. He holds the cowl of his skin like a matador's cape. Wade into the wound, wave it like a flag, like the butcher's apron of the Union Jack, like a child whose name becomes law. Amber Alert, slow creep of understanding as the shadows lengthen, as it grows late, as you are sanctified by rites of passage into unspoken truths and missing stairs, stumble in the dark. The cage is getting smaller. Please just hold me just for a little while. Safety nets to capture and bind, nets hang waiting beneath high-rise windows. I am the still point, the center of the clock. Sporagnos of the flower torn apart as in he loves me not, ask not. For whom the bell tolls, ask not. Center of the flower, or the petals blown downwind. I am the pistil, the stigma, the style, the ovary. I am the gun with no firing pin, the blighted ovum. At my base, I am animal trying to stay living. At my basal ganglia, I am a cornered animal trying not to die. Falsehoods and trickery, but I remember. I watch. I trace the pattern to the root, I go where angels fear to tread. We trick the fish to eat their flesh, bait and switch, hook, line, sinker. The ship is sinking, sic semper tyrannis, tyrants always topple, just as titans always fall. But I don't drown demons, they were born swimming. I don't drown sorrows. Volta is a river, as poetic turn, as a point of no return. I sing the fish into my open hands with an invitation, a promise, and a prayer, and then I let them go.